Incredible greetings. Way too much stuff on my desk. Way too much stuff on my desk. Alrighty. Oh, excuse me. Hello, everyone. Incredible Sunday, or Monday, or Tuesday, or Wednesday, or Thursday, or Friday, depending on when you finally got this notification and came on over to the video, or when it happened to just come up in your feed. Whatever day it is, incredible greetings to you. Okay. Alrighty. I know I shared it in my groups, or I think it's already in the groups. So I didn't feel like going through the whole share process. It's really chill, relaxed. I'm about to actually get out of here soon. I was waiting for the heat press to heat up because I had to fix some things. Okay, I told a fib. I am going to share it out. Just in case that notification doesn't actually, it's always great to have more than one notification come through. So just in case that one does not go out, we have this one set. All right. So I think I did everywhere. All right. So hello. Oh, see, someone says they finally caught one of my lives. So see, going live on the weekend, it came in handy. I had to come in. I didn't want to come in, but I ended up having to come in once my shirts went to the house instead of to the office. And then y'all, I messed up big time. So now I have to submit another order for DTF prints on tomorrow, on Monday. But I'm also going to do 2 more shirts with the EconoSub flock. Oh, wait. Let me go see if my print is done. I'll be right back. I gotta send this to print again. All right. I think that's still gonna be kind of sort of big, but it's okay. So yeah, this just happened. Printed out the first time. It came out like this, all messed up. Luckily, it was just a print head cleaning. Then I did a nozzle check, and then it came out right, but I tried to print on this side of the paper, forgot to put the other paper back in when I put this in, and it printed out all weird. So, gotta send it to print again. Incredible evening, incredible greetings. Hello, 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 everyone. Alrighty. So I sent that to print. Let's get this intro, and then we're just gonna chill, hang out, and I have to, like I said, do these shirts, and then I'm gonna be out of here. I'm actually pretty tired, ready to go to bed. Where did my phone go? I have no idea where my phone went. But hello, everyone. I am Shakia, the Professor of HSINK365. We are the home of the Honestly Speaking brand of products. We carry the absolute best sublimation paper and ink. If you are someone that values quality and efficiency, you definitely want to check out Honestly Speaking products. If you don't know, unlike the industry standard, which is 400 degrees, 60 seconds, with our paper, you can get amazing results at 360. Felt like Blue Ivy when she's 365 degrees as fast as 30 seconds, depending on your heat press, couple variables, but long gone are the days of 400 degrees in 60 seconds. Like anyone who actually listens and they're not afraid, once they go and they really test it, like they just kind of take out of their mind how they're used to doing sublimation, because some people get the paper because they love the results, but then like they're like, oh, but I'm scared to not do 400 degrees, and that's what everyone says. But I'm like, if the person who you purchased the paper from is telling you you don't have to do that anymore, you don't have to bake in your workspace, 365, 30 seconds, better quality, more efficiency, why are we not doing it? And then when they finally do it, it's like, oh, wait a minute now. So definitely check out our products. And if you're going to purchase the products, just test us. Give it a try. If 365 doesn't work for you, maybe like 370, 40 seconds. But I promise you, it will definitely still be more efficient than doing 400 degrees for 60 seconds. And you don't need butcher paper on top or any type of cover paper. If it's like a decent sized piece, I rarely ever use heat tape. So I'm saving all the way around. I'm telling you, it's quality and efficiencies. Check it out. shop.hsink365.com. And then over there, while you're over there, check out our classes, 365 Creative Academy. You can click on that little tab at the top in the menu that says 365 CA classes and playbacks, and look and see what all we have to offer. It is HS Ink Month. It's 3 years since we launched, honestly speaking, the brand. And so this whole month, if you buy an Honestly Speaking product, you get a class for 60% off, or you can buy a class, buy one, get one 50% off. And then our Essential to Solo Studio, which is our flagship course, like that is the thing that we are most known for. It's our most popular one. It is 20% off if you want just that, 20 or 30, one of those, if you want just that particular training. Okay. So that's a little bit about who I am. Like I said, today is Sunday Funday. I had to come in because your girl messed up. I'll tell you a little bit more about how I screwed up, just to let you know that we're all human. Even when you do this all the time, like, things can happen. And one of the reasons why it happened with me messing it up was something that I talked about. Was that yesterday? Friday? One of those days. About doing like multiple things and thinking that, you have to do sublimation, DTF, like you have to do all of the things. It kind of messed me up with my recent prints of DTF. So if you were on my live, probably yesterday, actually, because I went and got the DTF prints yesterday. Those suckers were huge. Actually, you know what? No, most of you guys probably didn't see it because I think I was only on TikTok. I think when I realized that I was only on TikTok. So I got DTF prints, and when I got them, like, okay. So I paid attention to the fact that there was an issue with the color, but I did not pay attention to the fact of like the size of it. And then when I was online, I measured, I was like, wait, how do these suckers get to like 6 inches, 7 inches? I'm like, what the heck? Like normally for the pocket design is like 4 inches. And I'm like, why is this so huge? So I realized where I screwed up at, and it was because of trying to juggle 2 different systems in my brain. And then when I looked at it, I didn't look at what it was really sized for. And my brain just automatically said, size it. So I went from trying to size it for my Roland, which is a max print size of 18.3. And then I was going to set some stuff up for DTF. And then when I copied it over and I had to fix some things and all the other stuff, instead of like rearranging the prints, which I'll show you how they're rearranged now, I stretched it to get to the edge. I was looking, I'm like, okay, wait, why is it so small? Like, did I do something wrong? So I resized it from 18.3 to 21.5. That's a big difference. So these things ended up freaking humongous, like huge. So now I have to resubmit those prints again, because I even tried to, like, even the ones that I did, because I ended up getting another set of prints done and picked them up last night. We went to go pick up my sister, and those were still a little bit too big. And one of the ones that I really wanted to use, like the color was just off. And I think it's because the color scheme, so how can I put this? The color, the design is from Silhouette Studio Design Store. And if I don't know what they use to do their color codes, but whatever it was, how it looks on my computer, how it sublimates was totally different from both of the places that I went and got DTF prints from. And for the shirt that it's going on, I really wanted more of that, like it's a different type of bluish, like almost like tealish type look. So that one I'm just going to go ahead and do with sublimation like that one until I figure out what's going on with that color when it comes out of like with DTF. I'm just going to use sublimation for that one. So I had to redo that. And then my worm, actually, when I compared the worm, when I got home, it's a darker green than I really wanted. So I couldn't do that one. So I'm going to redo this one with the worm color that it's supposed to be. So yeah, I have to redo that over. So we all like, hello, I mess up as well. So don't beat yourself up. It's, you know, it can get frustrating. Trust me, I know, but don't beat yourself up when ish hits the fan, because it happens to the best of us. All right. So see, someone says, oh my God, oh my goodness, I've done that too. Know how you feel. I'm telling you, it's the worst thing ever. Like, I don't know what I was, like I said, when you're trying to, all of these things require you to think differently. Like when you're doing sublimation versus eco-solvent prints versus DTF, screen print, like it's all different. Like it's all different. And you have to be able to really process all that stuff and catch it. And I just didn't catch it. And it wasn't a costly mistake, because the prints cost me $12 from Florida Flex. Because if you don't do a full yard, if you do it just by inch, it's like $1 per inch. And I think I ended up setting it up for 12 inches, which I actually could have saved myself some money on that too, because it didn't need to be that big. Like it's literally like, let me see. Now that it's arranged properly, it's only 8.3 inches. So I end up paying an extra, well, let's say they probably would have taken it up to like $9. So I end up paying still more, $3 extra for the prints, when I technically could have done just a 9-inch print and still had room left. Still would have had room left to do the 9-inch print. I mean, if I just did 9 inches, I could do some other things over there. And if it was for the full 12, I had a whole bunch. Like I screwed up. Just know that I screwed up. So I'm here, I guess you can say fixing it, or just like kind of a in the meantime, between time, because I have to wait for the prints. But I have to. She has one shirt, the one that we did with the Econo Sub flock. And so now I really want to do that purple one with the owl. So I'm going to do that one. and I did the worm one, and I just don't know what color shirt I want to put him on because I have a navy blue shirt and a red shirt. I just don't know which color shirt I want to put him on. So I'll figure it out once I like sub it. But I'll give her those 2 shirts, and then when the other ones come in and I order the new DTF prints, I'll finish the rest. So yes, exactly. It happens, which is why we have to be prepared to take a loss, regardless if it was prints or garments. Which brings me to another point, right? Someone asked me when I was doing the patches the other day. I guess like someone told them to do it onto like directly onto the shirt. Another benefit to doing it as a patch versus doing it on the shirt. What if something happens? If it shifts, it moves, it does whatever, then you've kind of like messed up the shirt. I mean, yeah, you can probably try and heat it off or use VLR, but then that adhesive mark is there. Then you have to try and line the next one up like right on that so that none of the adhesive is showing. So if you do it as a patch first and you make sure that it's spot on, it's exactly how it's supposed to be, like the color's correct and everything like that, you're not wasting the shirt. Even with like the DTF prints or like how I'm doing it with Eco Solvent or Jet Pro 3G or DTV or Submation to Econo transfers, Econo Sub, Econo Flock, Econo Fabric, those are less expensive than the actual shirt, especially for a polo. A polo can run you anywhere from $8 to $13. So it's better to mess up this little patch. It's going to cost you a few bucks, even if it's like DTF, versus putting that ish like on the shirt and now you've messed up the print and the shirt. So to answer, I guess that would be an answer to that question as to why I make it a patch first versus putting it directly on the shirt. Shirt costs more money. But hello, how are you guys? Y'all can say hello, talk to me. It's Sunday Fun Day. It's, y'all know, for me, if you don't know, when you come on these platforms, like when I do these live videos and they're like this, they are impromptu. I don't really come on with a topic in mind. Either I'm so lonely being in this office by myself, because like most times on the weekends and evenings, I'm normally here by myself, even home with the kids. I'm distracted in order for me to do my work. Like I need to. I like listening to music, but I don't like listening to music because, hello, I'm a dancer. I was a cheer coach. When I hear music, I go to dancing and don't get done. So I don't really listen to a lot of music. I don't have a TV. If I had a TV, it would be a little bit different. If I had the background noise and I can watch my Hallmark or my Lifetime, but I don't have a TV here in the office, so I can't watch television. So I go live and, answer your questions and things like that. And sometimes I also just need a break. This is my break moment. Like when I am overwhelmed, I need to, on your jobs, you get like a 15-minute break. My 15-minute breaks turns like 30 minutes, an hour long, on here with you guys. But this is also like my break period, to where I'm taking a break from HSINK business. And, I just come on and talk to you guys. So feel free to post your questions, or just suggest topics. So it doesn't have to necessarily be a question. I think that's another thing too that intimidates you guys is like if I'm saying questions, but if there is a topic that you have been interested in, you heard it somewhere, or you just want to hear my insight, you maybe talk to somebody, you just want to hear my insight on a particular topic, feel free to go ahead and put that in the comments. Like when we're doing these, like I said, it's hair down, it's informal, and hey, I'm just here to help where I can. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys type out your comments, questions, suggestions, and I have to run and get this print off of the printer because the printer in here is acting cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. At some point, I have to go through the maintenance on that because it's just not, like lately, it's just been acting foolish. And so I always have to go all the way to the other room to get prints because this one is acting like So give me a second. I think I still printed out the wrong one. That's a little bit too big, but it's okay. It's going to work. It's going to be fine. I think this is the one that was like 4.3 instead of right at 4. Okay, so lately I've been printing from silhouette, and my reds are coming out orange. What could be the problem with this silly colors? Okay, so I need a little bit more information, right? I need to know what printer we're talking about. Are we referring to sublimation? Are we referring to a print, just like a regular? You got the EcoTank printer, and you have the dye-based ink in it. You have a printer with pigment ink. Is it a workforce printer? I need a little bit more information about that. Okay. I purchased I brought a 7610 for 12, thrifted, good or bad. If it works, damn good. So you want to make sure that you test it, even if it hasn't been printed on in a while. You can do the push ink or push air like method with a cleaning solution. So you want to get a set of cartridges. Can you take that tube and put it directly to the little pin in there, the little port? Yes, you can, but that is so risky. And because if that breaks, then you have to get that new unit, all that other stuff. So what you can do is just you can order from us, empty set of cartridges. You're going to put your cleaning solution in there, whether you make it yourself or you purchase it. And you're going to follow the same methods as like under my video for push air. Take the top off, put the paper towel in there, and you're going to push that cleaning solution through it. If your print head is kind of dried out, it's clogged, it's going to clear that out to get it kind of back going. Once you do that and you push it through, you're going to take your cartridges. From honestly speaking, you can get them pre-filled, or you can get them you can get another set of ones that you will fill yourself. You're going to put those in there, and you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to push air through the vent hole to force that ink through. Once you force that ink through, you're going to do a print head cleaning, and then you're going to do a nozzle check, and then you're going to print a purge file. The reason why you want to print a purge file is because it's a continuous print. It's going to let you know if, okay, the print head came out, the nozzle check came out great because like it was residual ink there, but the purge file is going to let you know if it's going to if it's really, really clear. Because if it starts off great and then it starts to fade, might be an issue. We have to push air again, do some things. But if it goes through that purge print and it prints good all the way through, hey, that's the best $12 you spent. Okay. That particular company sells sublimation ink. They sell pigment ink. You're still not giving me enough information. Hello from North Carolina. What is the title of the Essentials course you suggested? Essentials to Silhouette Studio, Learn Silhouette Studio in 30 days. But I think I need to probably change it because that's what it used to be, and that name was kind of long. So let me verify like the exact name for you, but you can't miss it. Like literally as soon as you scroll down, you're going to see the main banner. You're going to see the thumbnails for sublimation. You're going to see the feature product for our pre-sale for the rolls. And right under that is Essentials to Silhouette. Like the thumbnail, I know for sure says Essentials to Silhouette Studio. And I think the title says Learn Silhouette Studio in 30 days. Yeah, it says 365 Creative Academy, Silhouette Studio for Beginners, Learn Silhouette Studio in 30 days. But the title does say Essentials to Silhouette Studio. The thumbnail does. I just realized I can't change it. That's why I never changed it, because I have email marketing that's attached to the name. So if I change the name, not say email marketing, but I have standard emails that go out. So if I change that name based off of how it's set up in my flow, the email won't get sent. And I didn't feel like going there because I don't have to go through and change in all of those different places. So that's why I never changed the name. So the thumbnail says Essentials to Silhouette Studio, and the title of it says Learn Silhouette Studio in 30 days. Okay, so one, I'll say this. I cannot tell you why a different company's ink is doing what it does. Only like, when it's our product, especially since we have the old school workforce printers, um, I'm able to fully troubleshoot, like walk you through, with his videos. We have videos on different things. So I can't tell you why another company's product is doing it. But what I can give you is just like suggestions. I am not going to say that these are going to clear it up because, again, I don't know about their product, the formula of it, or anything like that. I don't know if you just got a recent batch of it. Know that every single time you get ink, it could potentially be from a different batch, which means the colors may vary. It could be that your ink has sat too long. I don't know how long you've had it. It can be the file itself. So unless you are printing out the exact same image that you printed out before and it came out a certain way, and now that same exact file looks different, then there's something with the ink. But just because one file printed one way and now it's similar and it's printing with more of an orange tone than a red tone, it might be that particular file and how it was designed and the colors that was used for that. So there's a lot of variables. No matter which ink you're using, those are some of the variables that's going to affect it. So I always recommend printing out color charts so that you can, if you it's something that you're filling the color in yourself, you can, plug that in. Another thing, if it's pictures and like photos, if you're using premium matte, I don't use premium matte. Magenta sublimation ink is very, very aggressive. So sometimes if you're using the premium matte setting, you can get reddish tones. Sometimes even Adobe RGB gives you a red tone. And I personally test between Adobe RGB and ICM on certain images, especially when it's pictures, because they give you slightly different results. Do I have a video about tracing photos? When you say tracing photos, meaning like the outline or trying to turn it into a vectorized image where you can go and like the features and the highlights and shadows of the face become cut lines? When I try to do sublimation all over shirt, I get up to printing on 8.5 by 11 paper, and the box I have to make comes out too big. What am I doing wrong? Okay, wait. Are you doing this in Silhouette Studio? Meaning you followed my video to split it up into sections? Is that what you're referring to? What course do I need to take to learn edit points? 30-day training. Like the 30-day teaches you, it literally has everything that you need to, like, for all of the tools and functions. Any and everyone, if you want to get into like learning how to design, because of how I teach the tools, you really understand the tools. So when it comes to putting your designs together, it's going to make more sense. It's going to all come together. So I recommend that everyone starts with Essentials of Silhouette Studio, learn Silhouette Studio in 30 days. So if you're just basically trying to do a trace and detach, so you just have the outline so that you're removing the background, is that what you're referring to? Okay. So I can't really say what you're doing wrong because I don't know what you're doing. These are questions that are great for the Facebook group because with the Facebook group, you are able to post pictures. So unless you want to record your entire process, upload it to your YouTube as an unlisted video, and then send me the link so that I can see exactly what you're doing, I won't know. But if you're in the Facebook group, you can either put the video there or take pictures so that I can see. It should not come out the wrong size if you are making your box. Like, it can't be the wrong size. If you're making your rectangle and you unlock the lock and you make it 8.5 by 11, there's no way that should be the wrong size. Now, if you are referring to, when you say wrong size, that it's still printing to 8.5 by 11, but your image is not lining up, that's a totally different issue than saying that your 8.5 by 11 box is the wrong size. So is it that the box is the wrong size because you entered it wrong, or it's your image is not lining up when you try to piece it together? I have no idea where I put my phone, people. I have to weed out my patches. Whoa. Okay. Incredible greetings. Ooh, why does the color look like that? Oh my God. The hell? Huh? This color look cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Is it effects? No. Sheesh. I have no idea why this looks crazy. Mm-mm. Incredible greetings. Hello, hello. I am incredible. We are just hanging out. I'm trying to fix my mess up, my screw up that I did. So I have to do some, I had to come in to do some extra work. And so before I go home, and I was actually tired of looking at the computer, I was on a live earlier today. Very, very interesting and very informative live video. I like video lives like that. And then it was just left, just me to my own vices. So I was like, well, let's go live and talk to the people. For those who never get to catch me on the weekdays because they're working their 9 to 5, and they normally catch me while they're at work still, because it's a Sunday. If they have questions, they may be able to answer them and get answers to their questions. So that's what we are doing today while I read this Econo Transfers Econo Sub flop. So that I can make this patch again, which, oh shoot, now I didn't realize I technically screwed up again. So I don't think I adjusted my settings. It cut all the way through the backing. It's a good thing I'm taking it off of the backing, but still, that just lets me know like I cut way too much. It literally cut through the backing. I mean, that is still kind of big, but you know. See this one too, look. So again, I mess up too. It cut all the way through the backing, all the way through. So as I said earlier, this is not a class. I am transitioning from, if you did not see last night, I did, if you got the notifications, I did a video last night. So I am somewhat transitioning back to doing like actual teachings, not via live broadcast. They will just be pre-recorded videos. So I did one last night with using Trace by Color, as well as utilizing the invert for those who have the free version of Silhouette Studio. So I'm going kind of back to my roots a little bit, because it's going to be training for me, and trying to not need to do a live class all the time. That's where I thrive at. And some things are going to need to just be pre-recorded. And so to get back into the groove of that, and my son is interested. He calls them edits, which he's doing them more so for like his video game type stuff. But my son has shown an interest in doing video edits. So if I pre-record, I'm going to set him up, have his laptop and stuff like that, and see how he does with editing mommy's content. So these live videos that I do now, like they are for real. For when I come on, just know that if y'all don't ask questions, y'all don't have topics, y'all just going to be looking at my career cute face, because I am going through a transition in the business especially to help me when it comes to the classes, so that I'm not so frustrated. And, I'm going to end up doing a lot more pre-recorded content and just editing it for my YouTube. And some of our classes will be pre-recorded. I like the live classes, but I think that most of them will be live in person. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, and that video is gold. It helped me a lot. Thank you. You are very welcome. Here is where weeding can suck. Like if I had to do a bunch of these and had to take out all of these little pieces, it would suck. Luckily, it's only one. This is where things like, knowing that you can do DTF, screen print transfers, white toner transfers, where it would already have that part, open for you, is great to, it's great to have access to those methods. This, no matter if I am doing sublimation to Easy Subly, Econo Sub, Flock, Fabric, Twill, even if you're doing an eco solvent print, it's still all of this weeding. Yes, you can get a full color and you don't have to worry about layering, but I still have to worry about weeding all of these little pieces. I'm going to make you travel to me. Yeah, I'm going to, start to transition to a more in-person experience. I think it's time. I really think it's time. I know that's going to hurt, for a couple of people. And I know some of you guys like the virtual classes, but it's time to make that transition. And that's the thing. In your business, you have to know when it's time to make transitions or pivots. It's going to be kind of scary. You're going to have some resistance to it. But the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. So yeah, it's time to just make a change. I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. This is driving me absolutely bonkers. So I will say, I learned my lesson last time too, right? I realized that there are some pieces that are just hella small, and I knew that they were not going to come out. So this time, instead of leaving the file as is when it comes to the sublimation print, which where did it go? No! I got to go back and print this over again. Let me show you why. How did I see? It happens. Share screen, entire screen. I put the wrong one on there. Hold on. Whoa. Okay. I got to get this to flip. Okay. So again, I'm not paying attention. This is how it, at the end of the day, it's supposed to look. And so I'm going to put this here. And let's say I put this wrong one. Let's see. I'm going to put this purple. So see, the purple should show through in those areas. That's how it's going to end up looking because I weeded it. But for the patch purposes, I don't want to take the chance. Like if I'm off a little bit, I could end up having pieces of white. So my intent, I was supposed to print this one and not this. Oh, wait, I need to put that back. Let's make this 17. So I meant to print this one where it's solid so that even in those open, like where it's open, like the ink is going to go there. So that means that it's going to be a full bleed. It's going to flood the whole thing and I'm not going to have any white exposed. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I also, because this is just white on the outside, if I really, really, really wanted to, I could, like just to be on the safe side, put an offset on this. And fill that with white and then print it. Which I need to rush this paper back over there because what we are not about to do is waste a whole sheet of paper. Since it's bad enough, I'm using 11 by 17 paper anyway, instead of like 8.5 by 11. Because I have a lot of 11 by 17. I purchased like cases of it for myself. So we're going to go ahead and just print out that one. And I got to rush over here. So I'll be right back. All right, then I got to run back over there again to go get the print. I swear, I got to get the printer in my actual office fixed because all this running back and forth is for the birds. It's for the birds. No questions. All right, well, I'm going to get off then. I wanted to kind of hang out with y'all, but if you guys have no questions, no topics to discuss, I'm going to go ahead and get off so I can just finish this and get up out of here. I thank you guys for, at least clicking on the video. You saw that the professor was on and you thought to click on the video. I do appreciate it. That lets me know that some of you guys are getting the actual notifications. So I appreciate that. Like I said, I come on here to answer questions. So if we have no questions, no topics, no sense in me being on here. Y'all just looking at my face. Uh-oh. Yeah, some of these were just not ideal cuts. I thank those who posted their questions. Hopefully, you got some direction and help and kind of at least gave you a good starting point to figure out your issue. If I wasn't able to like fully answer it because it required more details. But I thank you guys for posting your questions. I'm so mad about this. This is really, really thin. Really, really thin. I keep trying to look like it, and from the back, a lot of these look like they're cut through, but then when I try and pull it out, it's just not separating, which I don't get, being the fact that it cut all the way through the plastic. You would think that these would just fall out, but they don't. What machine do you use to cut this? So I am an instructor for Silhouette Studio. So I have 6 cameos. I have the original, I have a 2, I have a 3. No, I have 3 originals, a 2, a 3, and a 4. So I use the Silhouette system. But you can design in Silhouette Studio, save it as an SVG, and then cut that with your Cricut machine or Caesar machine or StarCraft machine or GraphTech machine or Vivora machine, or like there's a bunch of different cutters on the market. A lot of crafters, and like they're the least expensive one. So many people know of Cricut because of their marketing. Like they market like to no one else. And then you have your Silhouette. Like a lot of people use that. Most people end up gravitating to the Silhouette because of the print and cut feature, but you can still cut pretty much the same things you can cut with the Cricut. In that aspect, they're about the same. And then now the new kids on the block is the StarCraft Solo, and then the Caesar Romeo and Juliet. So I have a StarCraft Solo, never used it. It's a paperweight. I also have a Romeo, which I don't want it to be a paperweight. I really haven't had the time to play around with it. I am using the same one that I used in the video the other day, which is the EconoSub. EconoSub Flock. There we go. I'm like, because they have 3 different ones. They have flock, fabric, and vinyl. This is the flock one. And so the reason why I call it a patch is because it can just be like this. So it's not embroidery or anything like that, because it's separate and you can literally make this, give it to someone, and they can iron it on, is why I call it a patch. But it's not like anything special. When you think about embroidery patches, it's just that it's a transfer, basically. Oh, so it's really small. Like, oh, the print's over there. It's just that those areas are small, and the way that, like, the type of material this is, this is not your regular vinyl. This is flock. So it's not thin. Got a little thickness to it. And some of the areas really are small, like it, trying to cut through there, it's just small. And then the areas where it did cut, like some of them really are just lines. And then the ones that did cut, I just don't know why it's like not, well, I know why it's not pulling out. It's kind of like like this is kind of like fabric. So it's just sticking to itself. It's like those fibers didn't want to separate, and I don't want to pull it too much because I don't want it to fray. Oh, see, that one came out. Actually, maybe if I just use my damn what this thing is, my weeding tool, won't have those issues, because that actually came once I actually picked it with the weeding tool. Yeah, this one too. It actually came right out. I don't have nails, so maybe that was my struggle. Because actually, as soon as I picked this piece out with the weeding tool, it came right out. And let's see how this one does. And I'm also holding and doing it like on a mat where it would still have been sticky. Oh, this was cut 4 times. This wasn't just a single cut. This actually, to cut through this thick material, I did 4 passes. Oh, well, the video doesn't show me cutting it. It just shows me pressing it. But yeah, I cut through this 4 times. But you have to figure out, I did mention that in another video that you're going to have to do test cuts and figure out your own setting. Because the first time that I did, I think I just did 2 passes. Definitely wasn't enough. I did 3 and it somewhat came through. It was like some areas that wasn't coming out. So I ended up doing 4. So when I did this one, I just had it set to 4 passes. But you have to figure out your settings because it's going to depend on the quality of your blade, what type of mat you're using, your cutting strip. So you have to figure out. But it's a thick material. 1 pass, even with a Cricut, a GravTech, any of those, like, I mean, unless it has, I still wouldn't even do this as a single pass, because what I do is like it scores it and then it goes deeper the next time. I like multiple passes for things that are thicker versus just cutting through. Maybe if it was a craft blade, I don't know, but you have to figure out your own settings. I don't provide a suggestion for settings for this. I just recommend the product and suggest the product, but you're going to have to do a couple test cuts of like, intricate shapes and stuff like that. Write them down to figure out the right setting for you. This is Econo Transfers Econo Sub Flock. So it's like a flock material, and you can press your sublimation prints to it, and it's not going to wash out or blur or fade or any of that. All right, I'm going to go and get my print. So some may suggest putting this, like cutting the sheet down the size and putting it through your printer. I'm never going to put it through my printer. I always cut it and then do the print. And this is great for those who have Cricuts, because if you are doing a large one, you can't do large print and cuts, but you can do a large cut. So you would set your file up completely in Silhouette Studio. Yes, I do have a video on how to do it. You would take your cut file, save it as an SVG, open up that SVG in Cricut Design Space so that you can cut this from your Cricut Maker, your Cricut Explorer, your Cricut Maker 3, 2, Explorer Air, whatever all these numbers they have. And then you would still print this from Silhouette Studio and it will line up. If you try to do it in Cricut and line, it's going to end up being off. It's best if you design it, have everything set up to size in Silhouette Studio, print from Silhouette Studio so that you don't have the restrictions of print and cut, and then your SVG cut will match perfectly. No, it's not on Amazon. They have their own website, so you would have to go to Econo Transfer. Just Google Econo Transfers, and you'll find this on their website. So now this would be, and you cut this right side. This, of course, is still mirrored. And then it will, and see, now I'm going to make sure that I don't have any white because I have a little bleed on it. This one, it would be right to the edge, and I could potentially have white spots because this was cut out. So that's why I had to modify the file. This is where I was talking about earlier, where depending on what I was doing, if I was just doing sublimation, I would print this as is. If there's no color there, I would just press it to whoever, whatever. But because I'm doing this method, it's a better technique to make that area solid. So this is already cut. I'm going to have the same feel as this one because this is already cut. But by making it solid, I ensure that it's, even if it's off by a little bit, the color will be on in all of the crevices. Make sense? Now this one, I got to be super, super careful because I did not put a bleed on it. So I just have to be extremely careful with lining this one up. And then I'm just going to tape it down, and then I'm going to press it. Where's my tape? And then I'm going to go. No, you don't print directly on it. I would never put this. That's one, it's thick as crap. It probably wouldn't, it'll leave a lot of pinwheel marks. So I don't recommend, even with Easy Subly, I don't recommend especially with a water-based ink printer, I don't recommend putting them through your actual printer. I recommend that you do it this way. It's then you have to worry about printing cuts. Like, so if you put it through your printer, if you want to cut it, you're going to have to hope and pray that on this thick material that your machine reads the registration marks properly. So it's just not worth it. Like, I don't have to do printing cuts. I don't have to go print it on there, put it on the machine. And if it's not registering, I've kind of like screwed up this print. So this is something where I don't worry about print and cut. For me, print and cut is better on sticker papers, regular paper, stuff like that. But I wouldn't waste my time fiddling with this for print and cut. Or like eco-solvent prints, you can do print and cut, but I wouldn't waste my time doing print and cut with this. Because if you've ever dealt with registration marks not reading, it's just, you'll know, like, it's just not worth it to put up with that headache. And because I don't care right about now about trying to preserve paper, I already wasted printing it on this 11 by 17. All I'm going to do is fold this over in half. Oops, wait a minute. Shoot, I'm not going to be able to do that. All right, so let's move. I'm just going to use this paper to catch the extra ink because there is a bleed. So I'm just going to use the other side of the sublimation paper to catch the bleed. Same thing with this. I'm going to just cut this piece out. No sense in me wasting. Oh, no, I can't. I can't do that. See, look. I almost screwed up. Anybody caught the last video? Why can't I just fold this like this and press it? Anyone want to take a guess why I was about to make a major up? I was about to mess up big time. Anybody know why I was about to mess up big time? This seemed like a great idea. Luckily, the Holy Spirit said, girl, if you don't stop playing and go grab that parchment paper. Anybody know why? And she says, no. All right, you guys are no fun over here. I'll talk to you guys later. Until next time, have a great one. They're engaging over on TikTok, so we're going to give them our energy today. Y'all just, maybe I'm over here with y'all too much over on Facebook and YouTube. So we're going to go over to TikTok. Until next time, guys, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.